This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by Layton's Chance Vineyard and Winery.
Well, whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, or any other holiday this season, it's probably going to involve a family holiday dinner. And whether you serve turkey, ham, lamb, or fish, there's a wine that goes with it. So it's good to know what goes with what. And here to help us sort it out is Jennifer Layton, General Manager of Layton's Chance Vineyard and Winery in Vienna. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I can't believe the holidays are coming up. And we're going to talk about wine pairings. First, I got to ask you, why does it matter?
Well, when you match the wines together with foods, they are matched to accent each other's flavors. So they bring out more flavors for each and they complement each other as long as you have the right pairings.
The right pairings, okay. Now, we're going to start off with Thanksgiving's coming up, so turkey. What kind of wine goes well with turkey?
You want either a white, like a Sauvignon Blanc, or a rosé. On the drier side, we have our Lazy Day Rosé, which complements the turkey well because it won't overpower the meat.
And that's what you're looking for. You're looking for something that's not going to overpower your lighter meat, right?
Correct.
Okay, moving on, sticking with poultry, but we're talking about duck, perhaps roasted duck.
Duck's a little heavier, so and a little fattier. You want to have a Pinot Noir or a Chamberson. We just released our 2012 Chamberson a couple weeks ago. So with the tannins and the red wines, that pairs nice with a fattier duck.
Now, how about a Merlot? Would a Merlot go well with duck?
Yes, with duck and quail as well.
And quail, because some people do have quail.
Yeah.
All right, moving on, the Christmas goose.
Well, the Christmas goose, for a really elegant pairing for that, you want to have something like a Cabernet Sauvignon or a Merlot, just a heavier red because the Christmas goose is also a heavier, fattier meat.
Now, you can have a heavier white wine as well. Does that
yes,
go with it?
You can. An oaked Chardonnay also provides some heaviness that will match that structure of the meat as well.
Okay. All right, so let's go on to ham. I know my mom likes to make a ham on Christmas Day. What's a good wine that goes with that?
That also goes well with a rosé or a Pinot Noir, or like our Picnic Red is an off-dry. You want something off-dry with that.
Okay, and you know, we could keep talking about wines that go with certain foods, but you have to like the wine as well. This is not like this is not law.
Absolutely. There is a spectrum of wines that go with something. You can look from a heavier red like a Cabernet Sauvignon down to a lighter red, which is a Pinot Noir. Pick something in the spectrum that matches with it because it's never a good pairing if you don't like the wine.
Right, and when you say heavier, you're talking about how it feels or how it tastes in your mouth. Right?
Well, yeah, how it feels in your mouth. A lot of heaviness in reds come from the tannins, how long they've been on the skins, so how much they've absorbed from the skins while fermenting. In whites, it often comes from oak. It gives it a heavier body feel.
Gotcha. All right, let's move on to lamb. Lamb's a heavy food, right?
Yes. So that, again, you want to have a Cabernet Sauvignon, a Red Zinfandel, or a Pinot Noir. Again, any of those in that family would suit it, so you can pick the one that you like the best.
Right. Okay, now we're going to talk about fish because a lot of people have fish for the holidays, but there are different kinds of fish, so this might get a little more complicated.
Well, again, if you have a heavier fish like salmon or tuna, you want to go with a rosé or Pinot Noir because of the fattiness in those meats, as well as if you want, if you're looking at halibut, sea bass, those are more like whites, Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Grigio. Our Vidal Blanc is very similar to a Pinot Grigio.
Right. All right, let's talk dessert. My favorite part of the meal. What kind of wine goes well with dessert?
Definitely you want to choose something on the sweeter side for most desserts because it is, if you drink a dry wine while you're eating something really sweet, it'll make that wine seem even drier and possibly bitter. So for things like fruit pies, cheesecakes, all of those, that is a white wine, again, your Pinot Grigios, light Chardonnay.
What about chocolate?
Chocolate is the one thing that goes well with reds.
Oh, okay.
So especially darker chocolate, heavier reds, but they for some reason pair well.
All right. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, I know a lot of people go to holiday parties as guests. Wine's always a nice thing to take as for the hostess or host.
Right.
Do you have a suggestion as to what kind of wine?
Well, if you don't know what they like, something like our rosé, where it's down the middle between reds and whites, as well as in level of sweetness. So it's not super sweet for people that like dry wines, and it's not really dry for someone that likes sweet wines.
Right, right. And you were saying it's always nice to kind of dress it up a little bit, and you
Yes.
brought some examples. Don't just show up with a bottle of wine, show up with a unique bottle of wine.
Exactly. Like we have mulling spices that you could package up with it. We have little decorations for the bottles, as well as you could put an ornament on there. We have cork cage ornaments that keeps the cork after they drink your bottle of wine. Or you could also have some cute wine bags.
And recipes. You,
Yes.
you actually have some on your website?
Yes, you want to, something that just shows a little more thought is putting a recipe for that wine on there. And if it's a better friend, we have a wine glass actually that has one side for how much to go in your recipe, and how many sips for the chef on the other side.
Okay. Jennifer, thank you so much. I feel prepared for the holidays now. Thanks a lot.
Wonderful.
And of course, if you would like more information about wine pairings as well as the recipes that we spoke of, all you need to do is go to our website, delmarvalife.com, and click on the show tab. Well, now that we know what wines to serve with our holiday food, how about getting all the holiday flavor without putting on the extra pounds? The self-proclaimed lunchbox queen, Kelly Lester, is here to help. In fact, she's going to show us some ideas that are not only healthy, they won't break the bank. And while we're talking food, I'm going to show off my skills right here in the kitchen when Jimmy and I battle it out in a 5-minute recipe challenge. But first, we just learned what wines to serve when entertaining this holiday. Rachel Ray has a handy how-to tip for your other beverages.
Here's a couple of really terrific tips for the next time you're entertaining. Say you forgot to chill down your beer and your soft drinks for the party. No worries, just dampen some paper towels, wrap each bottle individually, put them in the freezer, 15 minutes to cold beverages, swear to God. And if you're handing out plastic party cups, did you know that this line is where you serve to for liquor, this line is where you serve to for wine, and this line is where you serve to for beer? Bet you didn't know that.